so we pulled some stuff off the engine here. We're going to replace this pump with a Mellings pump. We have a new windage tray, pickup tube, pan, gasket, bolts. For 190,000 miles, it really don't look too bad. We do have some oil seeping out of the spark plugs. All the valve train assembly looked fine on both sides. Cam, it looked a little worn. Not too bad though. Pulled the valley cover. The knock sensors look like they've been replaced recently. That sensor looks great. That one, not so much. And then the bolt, that was on the back. The bolt was all corroded, so. Quick inspection, and we have Gen 4 rods. So that's really great. Alright, so we're test fitting the new windage tray. This is a LS1 or a F-body windage tray. The only difference between it and the 5.3, the 5.3 actually came all the way out to these studs. It was probably thicker too. Got it, yeah, there it is right there. Oop. So technically I probably could have just cut that one down and saved the 30 bucks. The pan recommended this windage tray. I didn't know if it was just going to be shorter or if the actual profile here was going to be different as far as the height. But regardless, I got it now. It's got a little surface rust on it. I'm going to wipe it down. This is the new pickup tube, and it come with the pan, and you can see why you would have to cut it down, because it protrudes into this physical space. Here's the new pan, some bolts, hardware. We're gonna test fit it too. Hey y'all, so I've been cleaning on the engine some. It was covered in all kinds of gunk and funk, and so I got some cleaner on it. I even tried this aluminum acid-based cleaner, and it didn't really seem to work, but I went with minimum dilution because of how harsh this stuff is supposed to be. Maybe I need to up it some, but it looked really nasty all in here. I got most of it cleaned up, worked on it last night. I haven't worked on the valve covers yet. I still have several parts I'm working on cleaning before it rains. But while I'm kind of waiting, I had a broken exhaust stud a little bit below the head, and so YouTube to the rescue, and I went and got I had a box of 1/4 nuts, and I just put one over it and kind of welded the inside, and it seems to work for people. We're going to try it out, but a lot of people had them break loose on them too. So yeah, that's super soft. That's going to snap right off. Yep. All right, well, let's try again. So I messed up 3 of these, but the 4th one seems to be working fine. I put my little machine on max heat, and I continued to hit it and hit it and hit it and stack it until the nut was glowing red. I'm just kind of slowly working it out, and I got some penetrating oil in there. That's it. Hole looks fine. Alright, so it ain't Mr. Clean, kinda clean, but it's clean enough to go back in the car. It's not ready to go in the car because I have not even ordered the oil pump yet. I gotta get a water pump, etc. So I've got to replace these gaskets for the valve covers, valley cover gasket, plus we're gonna borrow one of the bolt-in engine hoist plates to go here, so we're gonna have to get a gasket for that. Timing cover gasket, and I left the pan gasket out because we still have to go in there and put an oil pump, and I'm going to need a pan off. But it looks way better than what it did. It was very much nasty. And I am cleaning up the intake manifold. I pulled off the sensor. What was that called? Oh yeah, it's evap purge solenoid. My mind went blank for a second there. Evap purge solenoid. So I gotta plug that hole, which I had to do on my 4.8 intake manifold for the emission stuff. Also need to clean the throttle body, clean inside of the manifold out, and then we'll at least have all the holes closed up. And I'll put some tape over the exhaust. I don't want no dirt daubers to get in there and pack them with any funk. Then we have to modify the cross member in the car, and we could test fit the engine.